Welcome back to my chakra series. My name is Melissa. I am the owner of Strong Healer. And today we're talking about the heart chakra. I am doing a chakra series where I begin at the root. So if you're just now landing on my video today, you might want to go back to the root chakra or take a step back further and learn about the consciousnesses of each chakra. Just a brief intro, just so you have an idea kind of like what each chakra is going to be talking about. And every few days, I'm going to be dropping a new video until we reach the crown chakra. So today is the heart chakra, and the Sanskrit word for the heart chakra is anatta, and that means unstuck. And my interpretation of that means like when you move from a place of being an individual to becoming like a oneness. So the heart chakra is all about unity, love, peace, innocence, brotherhood, connection to others. And the organs associated with the heart chakra is the pericardium, which is the sac that holds the heart muscle, the heart, the lungs, and the circulatory system. So the arteries, the veins, and the capillaries. The gland that is associated with the heart chakra is the thymus gland, and that is in charge of your immune system. So if you're somebody that tends to get sick often, that is a clear signal that your heart chakra is constantly being overworked, and you really need to take a step back. And in my opinion, if you're somebody who's constantly giving to others, like as the servant would, the negative archetype of the heart chakra, giving to others and not giving back to yourself, in a way, it's like you're seeking validation and you're seeking attention and seeking love from others. In a way, it's like a people pleasing type of behavior. And that's just honestly, it's not healthy for the body. So take a peek at that. If you're somebody who tends to give too much of yourself away, being the servant to others, you really need to become the servant of yourself first before you can give the excess love to others. The archetype that is the positive aspect of the heart chakra is the lover. The lover is someone who gives love freely, unconditionally, with kindness and generosity. They are able to forgive people. They are not in a space where they hold grudges or they look down on somebody. The more you're able to get in that mind frame, the stronger your heart chakra is. And it really is a process. I've been doing this now more than 15 years, and there's always room for growth. And that's what's beautiful about the heart chakra is it really pushes you to grow and expand, to be more connected into the oneness of all that exists, be more connected to the people in your community, be more connected to the people that you love and appreciate in your life. The age of resonance for the heart chakra is between 28 and 35. So if you think about that time in your life, if you've already been through that 28 through 35, or if you're just about to reach that time frame in your life, this is where you really start to notice that the relationships that you have and the relationships that you make start to matter a lot more than like when you were in your teens and early 20s, because this is a time where you start to value the connection that you have with the people that are in your inner circle more than having a good time. So like power, sex, money. In your teens and early 20s, you know, you're hungry to like make that money and create something in your life where you're trying to create like this status for yourself. You imagine and you envision what you're going to become. By the time you're 28, you have a little bit of a like a reality check. And if you're still pursuing some of those things, by all means keep pursuing them. But it's a bit of a reality check where it's like, okay, there's still some things that I need to work on, but I still find more value in the love relationships that I create in business, in friendships, and within my community. Some people like to provide a service to the community, so it has more meaning, it has more fulfilling feelings. So you find more purpose in yourself when you are able to transcend those lower chakras and sit in that heart chakra space where you're super grounded in that loving energy, and you really just want to share that love with your community. You want to share that love with your friends, with your romantic partners. If you've created a family or looking to expand your family, this is the time to expand. This is the time to start to create that unity and that oneness with all that exists. The heart chakra is all about love. It is all about unity. It is all about that innocence and purity and that connection to others. Another thing about the thymus gland is not only does it help with your immune system, it also helps talk to the pituitary gland to tell the rest of the body, like it secretes hormones to tell the rest of the body what other cycles that you need to go through. So if it's like, now it's time to eat, now it's time to sleep, now it's time for women, and now it's time for me to have my period, when it's time to rest, when it's time to be active. So it tells your body when to have all of these cycles. So if your heart chakra is not working properly, it's not sending the signals to the pituitary gland to tell it to produce those certain hormones, even like dopamine, like when to feel joy, like you know how it is when you're in the middle of like working and somebody like cuts in and they want to like, hey, do you want to do this fun thing? It's like, you got to figure out that boundary of like, is it time to work or is it time to play? Is this something that I really want to engage in right now because it's actually truly going to bring peace to my heart? Me personally, I love dancing. I have found that when I'm in my weakest moments, that if I'm able to go somewhere that's playing some really good music and I can just let loose and let my body be free and get into some dancing and, you know, do a little bit of like self Reiki in my dancing session, I feel so liberated by the end of the night. It's almost like it rocks the boat and shakes things up just enough to let loose all of the like heavy things that I've been hanging on to. Because the heart chakra is centered on love, when you are in a space that you have experienced something traumatic, whether it's like an emotional or physical traumatic situation where you've experienced rejection or loss in some way, that is going to be a weakened state of the heart chakra. So engaging in activities like yoga, massage, any type of healing touch, anything that includes touch. So going to get your hair cut and asking the lady, hey, you know, I know you might only spend like 30 seconds, a minute on washing my hair. Can you spend a couple more minutes? I'll throw you a few extra bucks, you know, as a little tip, just to spend some time touching the head. Or if it's getting your nails done and you haven't done it in like 10 years, maybe, you know, this is your sign to like pamper yourself a little bit. It's okay. So the heart chakra is gonna feel nourished with things like yoga, massage, healing touch, singing, dancing, walking, cycling, loving yourself first before you give love to others. That's so important that you put on your own air mask and breathe and survive before you reach for somebody else's air mask and help them out. Because if the plane is going down and you've got no air to breathe in and you're trying to save everybody else, are you saving yourself? I mean, I don't want to say it's like a selfish way to think, but I mean, you can save more people if you are capable of breathing first. You can save more than just one person if you had your mask on first. And it's the same way like within your community. If you are filling your cup, you're going to have more left over to give to the people around you. Some of the archetypes of the heart chakra, the positive aspect would be the lover. So this is someone who is an unconditional, loving person. So they're genuinely kind and they withhold judgment on your past, and they give you the space to present yourself who you are as you are in this moment. And they show love and appreciation as how you show up. And it's such a beautiful place to be in. I've been doing Reiki and learning about spirituality for more than 15 years. And I can definitely say over the years, I've gotten a lot better with this. In the beginning, I really thought I was in a place of like unconditional love. And then I love my husband, but he definitely taught me that I was hiding anger because I was like that love and light kind of girl, like all positivity. Yes, I was that girl. And then I was in a situation where I was angry and I had no idea what to do with myself. So that was something I really needed to learn, because there was like some anger that I had no idea that was hiding in there. And that's something that I didn't realize was affecting me. And that was coming from the heart chakra. Past relationships, I would get triggered by things that were said or things that were done. And I would start to have this wall up, and it distracts from communication. It distracts from finding resolution to bring peace in my life. And that goes for not just my relationships, but for my business relationships too. Because in my 20s, I would notice that I would make poor decisions when I was having like a bad time in my relationship. So I would make bad business decisions in my when I was having troubles in my relationships, and I didn't like that about myself. And that was me being so guarded and unwilling to show up for others, for my community, because in my heart, I love to be able to provide massage therapy. I was a massage therapist for 14 years, and I like to be able to help people. But if I was not in the right mental mind frame, I would not show up. And I was disappointed in myself that I would cancel at the last minute. So that was something I wanted to change about myself. And I hope that this message resonates for someone out there, that you don't self-sabotage, in the same way that I did. You can try and prevent that, because your business relationships will be so much stronger when you can handle those connections with the outer world, being able to show love and express your boundaries with grace. When you are able to express your needs and desires with grace, you have the upper hand, my friend, if you're able to do that, for sure. I went off on a little rant there for a second. Let me regroup where I'm supposed to go. I don't use a script, so don't mind me. Next, we're going to talk about the colors of the heart chakra. So we have the colors pink and green. Pink is for the lower half of the heart chakra to represent the feminine aspect of the lower half of the body. The lower half of the body, those chakras tend to have more of a feminine nature. So they're holding space for things to happen. The lower chakras are all about that self-development and that individuality. And then the upper half is how you start to express your individuality in the world, in the universe. I don't know if I touched on the negative aspect of the heart chakra, because I've had to do a retake a couple times because I forgot to turn on my mic. So the servant is the negative aspect of the heart chakra, and this is somebody who is a people pleaser. They are constantly seeking validation outside of themselves, and they're seeking appreciation from others to prove that they are good, that they are worthy, that they are enough, that they have something that people like. And in all true honesty, you should be able to look at yourself and be proud of who you are exactly as you are in this moment. But if you're not able to do that and you find yourself being a people pleaser, that's just a little bit of a weakened state of a heart chakra. I think now we're going to go into the affirmations of the heart chakra. Take what you like, throw away what you don't. All love resides within my heart. I am quiet and listen to my heart's song. I choose to be united with all beings, visible and invisible, in the realm of love and light. I anchor my heart in truth, love, and God's grace. Love opens and heals me. I choose the peace that surpasses all understanding. I am love. I am peace. I am light. I follow my heart's desire for truth, goodness, and love. My core is pure and innocent. Nothing can touch the soul of my heart except love itself. God's love fills me and opens my heart to all goodness. Joy is my reason for living. I look for the joy in myself, and I see it in all things. I delight in sharing my joy. I let my heart shine and give from the depths of my being to those who accept love. The Sanskrit mantra for love, Om Kakini Namaha, and it means I activate my love. The centering thought for this mantra or for a heart chakra meditation is my life energy is love. So a full heart chakra is someone who is in complete acceptance of who they are. So they love themselves unconditionally, which means they are able to look at everybody around them and love them unconditionally too. You got the weird friend? No problem. You got someone that doesn't really bathe? It's okay, bro. I still love you no matter what. You know, if you're able to get to that place where you can have those types of feelings, that is true unconditional love. If you're not quite there yet, it's okay. We're all working on our growth and our ability to accept ourselves and to accept others. And it's not just, hey, you know, this guy is stinky. What happened to get to this point? You might be able to read this person's energy and see everything that they've been through. Or maybe you cannot see, like someone like myself, hey, I'm Mary, I'm perimenopausal. And for some reason, I got some stinky armpits. So I'm 42. I'm at that point in my life where, you know, hormones are doing what they're supposed to do. And every once in a while, I'm like, ooh, what is that? And give a little grace. You know, sometimes things are out of your control. Anyways, so if I could recommend some crystals for the heart chakra, we have the classic rose quartz. You can find these at my shop at stronghealer.com. So rose quartz is going to be more of like a high energy heart chakra stone because it's in the quartz family. So it's going to be like, that energy is going to be like flowing rapidly. The rose quartz is known for creating brotherhood, sisterhood type feelings. So if you're trying to make friends, it's going to help clear the pathways for that to happen. And bringing in relationships, so clearing those walls that you have up. And then a little bit slower stones would be something like pink agate would be super slow. And then rhodonite is more of a gentler form of healing on the heart chakra. Agate, because of the way that the crystals form, it's just a slower energy. So if you're not looking for something intense, agate's going to be the way you want to go. Rhodonite is a little step up from that, and it's going to anchor in a little bit more of that self-nurturing aspect. So if you're somebody who doesn't really take care of yourself, rhodonite's going to be a good choice for you. And then I feel a step up from that is rotocrossite. So if you really want to land on your passions, land on your love, land on relationships that have full meaning to you, I would choose a rhodonite stone for that. The heart chakra is also known for green stones. So malachite. Malachite is really good for taking action in things that you feel passionate about. So it's going to help you. Like if you feel like you know you have a wall, but you want to really try to walk over it, like being a little bit more physically like pushing yourself, you want to use something like a malachite or a fuchsite, anything that's like a green stone. Calcite, calcite's going to be a softer energy, just like agate. So that's what I can recommend. Please check out my shop, stronghealer.com. That's how I make my money. But I also appreciate you hanging out all the way to the end and watching my videos. Please don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know if you're noticing any of these patterns in your life through any of the chakras. Maybe you're just now reaching the heart and you're like, you know what? I was going through a root chakra thing last week, and now this week it's a solar plexus. And then I kind of have a feeling I'm going to have a heart chakra conversation with someone else. I love to hear these situations and comments in my videos. It really helps me to have an idea of like who I'm talking to rather than just talking to a camera. I almost have like someone that I'm thinking about in my video that I can try and bring you some love and some energy and some helpful advice. So commenting is a good thing. Don't be shy. I love you. Thank you so much for being here, and talk later. Bye.